jointly Gaussian random variables. Here we will be discussing jointly Gaussian random variables for two cases. In the first case, we are taking only two random variables. Okay, for two random variables, what is the joint Gaussian random variable? Okay, how do we know? And for n random variables, these are the two cases we will be discussing. The first one is two random variables. The second one is considering n random variables. Okay. Now first we will consider two random variables. Okay. So in the case of two random variables, that is we are taking only two random variables x and y. These two random variables are said to be jointly Gaussian random variables. These two random variables are said to be jointly Gaussian random variables if its joint probability density function is given as the joint probability density function is given as fxy of x comma y is equal to 1 by 2 pi sigma x sigma y square root of 1 minus rho square exp of minus 1 by 2 1 minus rho square into x minus x bar square by sigma x square minus 2 rho x minus x bar y minus y bar by sigma x sigma y plus y minus y bar square by sigma y square. Okay, so this is the formula. So if any two random variables is having the probability density function is given by this formula. Okay, so you have to remember this formula when we say that those two random variables are Gaussian random variables. Okay, so what is the formula? It is 1 by 2 pi sigma x sigma y root of 1 minus rho square exp of minus 1 by 2 1 minus 1 minus rho square into x minus x bar square by sigma x square minus 2 rho x minus x bar y minus y bar by sigma x sigma y plus y minus y bar by sigma y square. This is the formula, and it is also called bivariate Gaussian density function. So what is this called? Two random jointly Gaussian random variables are called bivariant Gaussian density function. This function is called bivariant Gaussian density function. Okay. Now here, what is x bar? X bar is nothing but mean. X bar is nothing but expected value of x. It is nothing but mean of x. Okay. What is y bar? Y bar is nothing but expected value of y. It is the mean of y. And what is sigma x square? Sigma x square is nothing but expected value of x minus x bar sigma y square. X minus x bar square. Okay. And similarly, sigma y square is expected value of x y minus y bar square. Okay. And what is rho? The rho is given as sigma xy by sigma x into sigma y. So what is sigma xy? Sigma xy is nothing but expected value of x minus x bar into y minus y bar by square root of sigma x square into sigma y square. Okay, so these are the variables we are using here. And what is this also called? This is also called the covariance Cxy by sigma x sigma y. Okay. Now if you plot this jointly Gaussian random variable, the probability density function of Gaussian random variable, the plot of this is given like this. Okay. here. So here we are finding what is the joint probability density function of Gaussian random variable f x y of x comma y. Okay, this is our y-axis. This is our x-axis. This is the mean of x. So we call it as x bar. This is the mean of y. We call it as y bar. Okay. Now we are just taking a line which passes through the mean. Okay. Then if you draw, this is the we are getting, what is that? The Gaussian random variable along x. Okay. This is the random variable we will be getting along 1. Now if you observe this is having the maximum value. It is having maximum value here. Now if you plot this, it will give you the circles. This locus gives us the circle. Okay. Now from this we can say that the maximum value of density function will be having at x bar comma y bar. So where we will be having the maximum value here, we will be having maximum value at x bar comma y bar will be having the maximum value. And what is the maximum value? The maximum value is given by this is the maximum value. Okay. So it is 1 by 2 pi sigma x sigma y square root of 1 minus rho square. It is the maximum value. In all other location, what is the value will be less than this maximum value only. Okay. So you have to remember this formulas. Okay. Without remembering this formulas, it is very difficult. Okay. Now, for example, if rho is equal to 0, if rho is equal to 0, what is that indicates? It indicates that the random variables x and y are uncorrelated. X and y are uncorrelated. Okay. So in that case, what is that we will be getting? We will be getting the marginal Gaussian random variables. Okay. So now we will find out what is the marginal Gaussian random variables. So what is that we have discussed? Here we have taken two random variables x and y. These two random variables x and y are called jointly Gaussian random variables if their joint probability density function is given by this formula. Okay, this is the formula we use to denote the joint probability density function of those two random variables. Then those two random variables are called jointly Gaussian random variables. Okay. Then the plot of this is shown here in XY plane like this. Okay. From this we can observe that we will be having maximum value at x bar comma y bar. And what is the maximum value? The maximum value is given by f xy of x comma y is equal to 1 by 2 pi sigma x sigma y root of 1 minus rho square. Okay. Now we will take the case for rho is equal to 0. If rho is equal to 0, then we say that these two random variables are uncorrelated. Okay. Rho is equal to 0, then these two random variables are uncorrelated. Then the equation 1, how will this equation 1 will be written? If rho is equal to 0, x and y are uncorrelated. So in that case, f x y of x comma y can be written as 1 by 2 pi sigma x sigma y. Since rho is equal to 0, this term we don't have. Then we have exp of c here minus you have this rho is equal to 0. Rho is equal to 0. We will be having 2 in the denominator. So we will be having minus x minus x bar square by 2 sigma x square. Since rho is equal to 0, the second term does not have. Then we have minus, here minus is there. So y minus y bar square by 2 sigma y square. So the equation one can be reduced to this form. So if you just observe this equation, this can be written as 1 by 2 pi sigma x square exp of minus x bar square by 2 sigma x square, okay, into 1 by root of 2 pi sigma y square exp of y minus y bar square by 2 sigma y square. Okay. Now if you observe this equation, what is this first equation? Is nothing but the Gaussian random variable of variable x. Okay, that is the formula for the Gaussian probability density function of Gaussian random variable of x. Okay, then the second equation is probability density function of Gaussian random variable of y. So from this we can say that this can be written as fx of x into fy of y. This can be written as fx of x into fy of y. Okay. So from this relation, what we can say, if rho is equal to 0, if rho is equal to 0, fxy of x comma y can be written as fx of x into fy of y. Okay. And we know that this relation can also be used for the random variables which are independent. Okay. If two random variables are independent, then we know that fxy of x comma y is equal to fx of x into fy of y. So from this relation we can say that in the case of Gaussian random variables, if these two xy are uncorrelated and then these two random variables are also independent. If two random variables are uncorrelated, then those two random variables are also uncorrelated. Means uncorrelated and independent random variables will satisfy the same condition now. Uncorrelated and independent random variables will be satisfying the same condition in the case of Gaussian random variable. Okay. If two random variables are uncorrelated, in the case of Gaussian random variable, fxy of x comma y can be written as fx of x into fy of y. If two random variables are also independent, we use the same relation. To denote that two random variables are independent. Now the joint probability density function for n Gaussian random variables. Okay. So here consider n random variables xn, where n value is varying from 1 to 3, so on capital N. Okay, n random variables we are considering. Xn is equal to n value is varying from 1 to 3, so on n. Okay. Then these random variables are said to be jointly Gaussian if their joint probability density function is given by the formula fx1, x2, so on, xn, x1, x2, so on, xn. This is the formula. It is equal to 1 by 2 pi whole power n by 2, okay, mod cx power 1 by 2 exp of minus x bar transpose cx inverse x bar by 2. So here it is transpose Cx inverse x bar by 2. This is the formula of joint probability density function of n random variables. Okay. So here, what is this? This bracket we are using for this bracket we use to represent the matrix. Okay. So here Cx covariance matrix. Cx is in matrix form, and similarly x bar is also in matrix form. Okay. Here it is Cx. X bar is also in matrix form. Okay. Now what is covariance matrix of n random variables? Covariance matrix of n random variables is given as Cx. Since you are taking n random variables, Cx is given as C11, C12, so on, n random variables, no? C1n. Similarly, C21, C22, so on, C2n. Okay, this will continue till Cn1, Cn2, so on, Cnn. Okay, what is the size of this matrix? It is n by n. The size of this matrix is n by n. Okay, so it is Cnn. This is the covariance matrix. Okay. Similarly, x minus x bar is also matrix. X minus x bar we have given no. X minus x bar is also a matrix. Okay, it is given like this: x1 minus x1 bar, x2 minus x2 bar. Okay, x3 minus x3 bar. So on. How many random variables we have? Xn minus xn bar. These are the n random variables. Xn minus xn bar. Okay. Now, what is this? X minus x bar transpose. This T indicates the transpose of, it is transpose of, okay, x minus x bar. The matrix x minus x bar. What is Cx inverse? Cx inverse is nothing but inverse of matrix. It is inverse of matrix Cx, covariance matrix. Okay. What is mod Cx? Mod Cx is nothing but the determinant of the matrix. What is this is called? Determinant of the matrix Cx. Okay, these are the variables we have. Okay. Now, what is Ci comma j? Here we have the elements, no? Cij. What is Cij indicates? Cij is nothing but the expected value of xi minus xi bar into, okay, xj minus xj bar. These are the elements of the matrix covariance matrix Cx. Okay, it is the elements of the covariance matrix Cx. Okay. Now, if I is equal to j, if I is equal to j, then what is Cij? If I is equal to j, can you tell me what is Cij? I is equal to j. So it is xi minus xi bar into xi minus xi bar. So what you get? You get sigma xi square if I is equal to j. Okay. Now if I is not equal to j, if I is not equal to j, then what is this? It gives us a covariance between xi and xj, cxi and cxj. Okay. So if I is not equal to j, what is this? Cxi, cxj. Okay. Now we do this for n is equal to 2. Now consider n is equal to 2. If n is equal to 2, what is your covariance matrix? What is the covariance matrix if n is equal to 2? Cx. Cx can be written as, you have only 2 cross 2 matrix. C11, C12, C21, C22. This is your Cx. Now can you tell me what is x minus x bar matrix? Since it is having only 2 elements here, x1 minus x1 bar, x2 minus x2 bar. Okay. And now find out the elements of Cx. Now just now we have discussed that if Cij is equal to sigma xi square, if I is equal to j. If I is not equal to j, what is this? This is sigma xi xj. If I is not equal to j. So we write it as xi xj. Okay. So from that, what are the elements of Cx now? Cx is, it is sigma 1 square, okay, sigma x1 square, it is, what is this? It is sigma x1, x2, okay. Sigma x1, x2, this is sigma x2, x1, this is sigma x2 square. Okay. Now we also know that what is rho? What is rho? The rho is equal to sigma x1, x2 by sigma x1 into sigma x2. Okay. Now sigma x1, x2 is equal to what? From this formula, sigma x1, x2. Sigma x1, x2 is equal to, student, sigma x1, x2 is equal to what? Sigma x1, x2 is equal to rho sigma x1, sigma x2. Okay. Now write here covariance matrix Cx. Cx can be written as sigma x1 square. Here sigma x1, x2 is what? Rho sigma x1, rho sigma x2. Here also we will be having rho sigma x1, rho sigma x2. Here we will be having sigma x2 square. Okay, this is our Cx, this is our x. Okay, now use this formula. Use this formula. Now we have only two random variables x1 and x2. Okay, if x1, if x1, x2 of x1 comma x2 will be equal to what? Is 1 by 2 pi. What is capital N? How many random variables we have? In this case, we have only two random variables. So it is 2 pi mod Cx. Okay, determinant of Cx whole power 1 by 2. Exp of x minus x bar transpose Cx inverse x minus x bar. Okay, so if you solve this, if you do this multiplication and finally check, you will get the formula of the joint probability density function of two random variables. So just do this matrix multiplication, and here you have to divide with the determinant. So if you solve this, what is the formula we get here finally for two random variables? For two random variables, the joint probability density function is given by the formula. Okay, it is 1 by 2 pi sigma x sigma y root of 1 minus rho square. This is the formula, this one we have discussed now. The same formula will be getting here. Okay. Exp of minus 1 by 2 1 minus rho square into x minus x bar square by sigma x square minus 2 rho x minus x bar into y minus y bar by, okay, sigma x sigma y plus y minus y bar square by sigma y square. This is the formula we get. Okay, so if you solve this, we will get this is the formula. This formula, this one we have discussed for two random variables. The joint probability density function of two Gaussian random variables. So like this, you can obtain the joint density function of any number of random variables. This is the procedure you have to follow. You have to write the covariance matrix and x minus x bar matrix and do this multiplication, and here you have to find out the determinant. Okay, so then if you solve this, you get the joint probability density function of any number of random variables for Gaussian random variable. Okay.